All right. So we got ourselves a little game here. So I got us two replays. Dragunity versus Tearlament. This one I go first. The next replay I'll go second. Spoiler, um, the deck Tearlament is so strong I had to play Maxi. I hate this card and I still think it should get banned, but it's here and so's tier, and I don't feel like doing tier mirror, so I gotta do what I gotta do to win. Um, so I am playing Maxi. I'm playing 3 copies of it, but I'm not playing any Ash Blossoms. I am playing a cross out designator because if I already have 3 Maxis, you might as well just play the cross out designator. You'll see it in the second replay. I'll also show you the deck list. But this is a interesting play of me going against tier. The whole reason I even put Maxi in here is because you'll see. So you obviously got this thing where he's trying to special summon it and send a level 4 Earth monster from his hand. So he was looking to mill, but me forgetting that there's a second effect to this card, I gamma it. So yeah, so I'm like, yeah, I stopped that. That'll show him. And he's like, cool. So anyway, mill. Yeah, so that happened anyway. All right, so then we get the fusion summon, then we get the Shadal Beast, and we get the trap. So this is where things start to take a turn. So obviously when we play my Max, I have to. I gotta stay in the game somehow. And you know, they're so good and skillful because they milled their Shadal Beast that we're getting to face Winda. Turn 1, baby. So this is where we get our glow on, and we get Dragunity Armogram. So advantage here is of course we need to negate this so we can keep playing. Our mills were another Remus and a Phalanx. So I think I banished the No. I was even smarter. So I used my Ravine to send both Armogram and Tempest to the graveyard, so I could banish the Tempest and the Remus. The special it back. That's my one special summon under Winda. Tempest then gets to search me my Mistletoe. So the reason I'm searching Mistletoe off of my Tempest is because I've already used Glow. So I am no longer able to use Romulus to search my Dragunity Glow to then search Mistletoe. So I needed to use that time to get it while also getting Armogram on the field. So I was thinking 2 steps ahead. Still, the main thing is I gotta get past this. So obviously we negate it. And then we get this thing. Because he sees that I'm negating, so there's going to be more summons, and then I get that, which is absolutely useless. I could have called by that, but I didn't, and I forgot why. But I just allowed it to happen. I was like, I think I needed more play. I needed more cards in hand, is what it was, because this draw was absolutely useless. Triple tap, draw 2, because I still don't really have a card necessary to play. Alright, and I really didn't need the Ravine, which is why I'm pitching it right here. Get my Sinitus. I don't need this Glow. Get the Koos, because he's going to be useful. Now that we already have the Glow engraved and the Mistletoe in hand, our future play is to, and then we'll speed this up, is to go ahead and get the counter trap. So that's where that came in at. So boom, now we get the counter trap. We've already got Mistletoe in hand, so our combo gets to go through. We get to make our Borolo Savage Dragon. I think I messed this up a little bit towards the end because I wanted to play Majestic, but I messed it up, and I can't remember how, but I messed it up. So we're just gonna go through our normal plays. You know, all the good stuff. And so the reason I got rid of him was because I needed space. I absolutely needed space. But this is also why I couldn't get Majestic out, because there's like nothing for me to do here. So I had to just do what I could. So I think I just made my pretty you know, the older version board. So I got my other one, put out my Crystal Wing. I want to make sure I have my room. So we're going to go ahead and make our Ascalon. Just go ahead and banish their field. Then we're not sending them to the graveyard, so no real tricks there. Make Aetherbeer, and then take those away to make our spheres. And we've made our pretty typical board. We managed to still end on Seal, Omni Negate, 2 Monster Negates, Called By, and our Counter Trap. Thank you, Maxi and Triple Tactics. You literally carried this round. And you pretty much know from here, if I go first and I get my board, we play it. And of course, we're gonna banish that. You wanna negate, or you wanna take control? That's fine. We're gonna negate that. You wanna do that? You know, you wanna special summon dark monsters on the field. We gotta answer for that. And that's game. So it took there were so many different routes I had to take there in order to make that win happen, which is why I wanted to showcase it, because one, I had to get it lucky, you know, obviously having Maxi and then just kind of drawing into the right cards right when I needed them, but also just like the future sight of having Armogram and Tempest in the grave, so I could banish the Tempest to get Mistletoe to my hand because I no longer had that route in my combo. So I had to kind of plan a little bit ahead, but overall the combo was still the same. So this one I go second, and obviously I'm going to open Maxi because I needed it to win. But if I went first, this is a really trash hand. And we're just going to speed through because, I mean, they're going to just kind of pop off like they always do. They milled us. No longer have access to Majestic Shooting Dragon. We have Kaoki in hand. So I was contemplating ways of playing it on the field, but they had a lot of water monsters, so it actually wouldn't have been all that effective being on the field. I mean, obviously this is dark, but there's the water fusion that just got out right here. So this is their import, and this is what we drew into. This crossout designator is clutch for obvious reasons, because they have Maxi. And like the skillful player, we drew the one of crossout designator off the top. Because I didn't notice, but he can send himself off the field. I find out later on in the turn when I play my obvious Called By the Grave, but I didn't know that. So the crossout designator was actually really clutch. So got rid of that so they couldn't negate any of my special summons. And so here, what the plan was, I was going to use Remus and their level 8 to make my level 10 Ascalon and to start banishing their field. So I was going to banish this and this, so that way they couldn't really do anything with it. But then they decided to start popping off. And so that got sent to the grave. I tried to Call By it, and then they did that to stop that. And they're in heaven now. You saw the Stall Beast got milk. You know what that means. So they gotta first make their board. And then that gets shuffled back because they didn't want me to synchro with it. And then we have window. But isn't this hand kind of funny? I opened 2 glows like I did in the last replay, so you already know what we're searching. Now, I haven't used my Ravine at this point, but I didn't need to make the play that I had the last time with Tempest. I don't think that would have worked all that well, especially because they had another shuffler. So I didn't want to make that play. And then obviously we negate the window so we can play the game. I summon him, discard, get Phalanx, destroy that. I know it's going to add something. And then I special this. So at this point, I'm thinking really long and hard. Like, I spent maybe 60 seconds kind of contemplating on the best way to win the duel right here. And ultimately, I decided I couldn't. So instead, I made the best board that I could with what I had. I could not go into Romulus. Not that I couldn't, but it would take away my resources off the field. Again, I've already used Glow, so I can't search my Mistletoe. I didn't do the trick that I did in the last replay. So going into Romulus would be a throw. I have to be mindful that they have this engraved, because my original plan was I was going to use these 2 to go into my level 6 Synchro. The level 6, bring back Koos, and then special to Koos, and then I could make the level 8 Crystal Wing, and then use Sinitus and the Koos to make Barsha, and then pretty much just make a field that I can OTK with. But they have the Havness in hand, they also have the Shuffler in the graveyard. That wasn't going to work. So instead, we just Synchro. Made Erebus, and just punch him in the face. Banish this monster. And then we take this. And this is funny. So, Window was properly summoned. And Glow, you can target 1 monster card in your spell trap card zone equipped to Dragunity monster special in defense mode. Well, what do you know? That's a monster attached to a Dragunity monster. Now we have a window lock and a seal. So monster negate, a bounce, and a special lock. And they just pass. Now I did somewhat misplay, but luckily I had enough damage, so it didn't matter. But as you see there, I pretty much used their own monster against them to get the win. So I couldn't commit to the full board I wanted to. That should have been Armogram, but I forgot when to plug me to. But yeah, they had nothing to stop me. So I thought this was a really, really interesting way to play, because this is unlike all the other replays I have where it's just like I'm always kind of doing that same combo line. I had to really just do a whole bunch of different things to get to the win. And of course, because you guys will never look at the older videos to see the deck list. This is the one I was using in this replay. It's not too much different other than I just have 3 maxis. If I wasn't running the 3 maxis, this would be an even 40 card deck, because as you see here, I got rid of the Regeki, the Lightning Storms, the Harpy Feather Duster. There were just so many tiers that there was no reason for me to play board breakers, because they don't care about board breakers. I just needed gas. I just needed all the gas I could get, because any Regeki, they just plus off of it. So there was just no reason for me to play Regeki or anything like that. So it was originally 40, and I just threw in the 3 maxis and the cross out by getting rid of the my board breakers to make it work. So this is what I'm currently playing. Once the deck kind of gets weakened just a bit, I'm gonna take these maxis back out, remove the cross out designator, put my Regekis and Lightning Storm back in there, and be a more fun deck. Because I don't like this card. And when they give the survey for the Attribute 4 event, I am just putting a 1, and I'm just typing in Maxi is allowed, so I hate this event, and I'm doing it on all my accounts, because I really cannot stand this card. It needs to be banned. Because as you see here, I shouldn't stand it. Without Maxi, I don't stand a chance against Tier. But Tier is also Tier 0 for a reason. So, well, oh, also, it's the Shizu that's the problem. I actually don't care about the Tier cards. It's the Shizu. those shufflers are what messes me up. If they didn't have that whole window and all that stuff, that's fine. I would OTK them if it wasn't for the Ishizu cards. That's what actually bothers me more than the tier cards. So in my opinion, ban all the Ishizu cards. You can put tier at full power. I don't really care. I'll be fine with that. But thanks for watching, and I'll catch y'all around.